because you can't drink and talk at the same time.
Leave the conversation to us and order another beer.
You're listening to Texas's live
midday beer-centered show,
Liquid Lunch.
Liquid Lunch. Here are your hosts,
Catherine Contreras
and Josh Stewart.
Nope.
Yeah. Welcome, everybody, to Liquid Lunch.
Liquid Lunch.
And it's Thursday. Oh, look. See, that's not working right.
My
There's the side of Blake's head.
That's weird.
It's just, I don't know why it looks like that. I honestly don't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it looks like, everybody, because we are here live.
We got a better picture of Blake.
We do.
It's coming up.
Let's do that now. Ladies and gentlemen, live from Magnolia, Texas, from Lone Pint Brewing, the makers of the delicious Yellow Rose and so many other beers, Blake Neiderhofer.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Thanks for having me.
Look at all the kegs behind you. Super shiny there, sir. Look at that. Good looking. Good looking. And your beard looking super, super on today.
That is one sexy beard.
Yeah.
It's because I've been sweating all morning. You know, it's shiny with the oil.
Do you, I'm assuming you use a little beard oil from time to time?
Time to time.
Okay. Do you have
Not when I'm here.
Do you have a preferred brand?
No, I don't. I guess I could be sponsored.
Okay. Well, you know what? With that beard, you should. You could even probably like weave a plaque in there with the brand name.
Yeah, right.
Anyway. Well, welcome to the show today. Catherine on assignment. We're efforting to get her in. The big things we were talking about earlier, she's working on those today, like as we speak. So we'll try to get her in soonish, and that'll happen. But anyway, welcome to Thursday, everybody. Of course, you see Blake here with us. Ooh, taking a sip. But I would be remiss if the guy to my screen left, my right, on the screen, the left, right? Anyway,
Right?
I don't know.
Right?
Let's just hit the intro. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going? I'm Kennedy.
Boom. All right.
I really don't know what I'm supposed to do
I think
when you do that shot, and we just.
it's amusingly awkward. I like putting you in awkward situations.
I feel awkward.
Yeah. No. Well, you look awkward too, so it goes.
All right. Well,
It goes.
then that works.
Yes. All right, Blake. Let's get down to it. Well, first of all, I saw you grab. Are you ready for this other feature? I'll vamp while you get ready.
Yeah,
because you know
please
where I'm
vamp.
about to go.
Please vamp.
I saw you grab
I'm ready.
a glass. I saw you take a sip.
And
So I have to ask you this question.
It's time for your favorite segment and mine, here on Liquid Lunch. This is...
What you drinking?
What you drinking, Blake?
Right now, I'm drinking Yellow Rose.
Woo!
Oh, funny you say that.
Funny you say that. Take a Yellow Rose can. Boom. And Jabberwocky.
Yeah, I've got a Jabber here, too. So
Yeah. I love that Jabberwocky. And the Yellow Rose. All right, so let's get right into it. Actually, are you getting right into I'm going to give you this, Kennedy. Get into that, or whatever
No.
you need to do.
Yeah,
That's
all
a
right.
hint.
Okay.
And then I'll
talk amongst yourselves.
Are you just going to go with that cam there?
Yeah, I'll just leave it there for a second.
You want to put a two-shot of myself?
Everybody wants to see this beautiful pour,
Okay.
and
Well,
everybody wants to see how good I can pour.
okay. What are we
Or
drinking
bad.
first? Let's do Yellow Rose first.
Yeah.
All right. So, one of the main reasons, other than just wanting to catch up and talk with my friend, the reason that you're on today, y'all had an announcement. I guess yesterday was officially. Was it yesterday that you put it out, or was it?
yeah. So yesterday was the official. I guess the first thing now that we've kind of settled everything. So yeah, we had a couple of bad batches of Yellow Rose, and we finally got all the lab tests back, and we've identified the problem. So yeah, it's back out now in stores, and everything's moving along like it should. But yeah, we had talked about that yesterday on Facebook, and also on our website.
Yes. So when you say bad batches, that leaves open to interpretation. It could be anything from, from what you'll explain to, it's packed with, nuclear radiation or something. What exactly did you mean when you say bad batch? What are you saying?
Basically, what what we identified that happened was our yeast got too hot and they mutated.
Mutant yeast.
And once that happens, they create off flavors that you don't want in beers. So it was not wild yeast or bacterial or anything like that. It was our yeast mutated, and there's nothing that'll hurt you. Most people aren't very sensitive to the flavors, but we just felt like it wasn't up to the standards that we hold Yellow Rose to, and so we pulled back what was in the market until we could figure out what was wrong.
Okay, so you say mutated. So, like, honestly, I think of X-Men when I hear mutation. So you had Wolverine yeast, apparently.
Well,
so it got
not cool mutation.
So mutation just means any change. Like yeast evolve, mutate pretty quickly. You only use a certain yeast, a batch of yeast. I guess how many generations?
We've cut it down now to about 7.
Okay, and that seems
we're running a little bit more, but with having yeast issues, we decided to trim that way back.
Okay. So what was the off flavor? I mean, you said the yeast got too hot, right? Whenever you have more yeast, they're churning through that.
Yeah, we think it was fusel alcohols, which are generated by yeast that have mutated or gotten too hot.
Okay.
And we've done an enormous amount of studying and making sure that that's what we think, and we've sent it off to the labs to be tested and verified. But that's where we're at.
Okay. So fusel alcohols, that's is now correct. Now educate. Let's nerd out for a second. Fusel alcohols, is that like kind of a nail polishy kind of quality when it's really high?
Yeah, it can be. And like I said before, a lot of people aren't very sensitive to that flavor, and we've had several people since we've announced that said, "Hey, look, I drank it and it tasted great to me." But for the people that are sensitive to it, they tend to be very sensitive to it. So
yeah,
that's why we pulled it back.
Okay. So logistically speaking, what goes into a recall like that? Because that sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah. So we contacted our distributors and had them send back anything that was in the warehouse, and then their sales reps and our sales reps went out and tried to collect everything we could that was already in the market.
Okay.
So because we caught it early and we actually approached the distributor, it went much more quickly than these things usually do. After talking with our distributors, they said usually it starts with complaints in the market, and they have to beg the breweries to take the beer back. But it came from us, so it happened pretty quickly.
So just out of curiosity, Blake, how many cases of beer are we talking about?
A lot. But like I said, most of it never made it out of the Favorite Brands warehouse. So it was a lot, but like I said, we're better because of it. We've learned a lot, and we're moving forward.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. No, that's I think, and I can think the consensus is pretty across the board as far as like social media, beer community, where I think beer fans, craft beer fans, are very appreciative of what you've done, because that's not a cheap thing. It's not an easy thing. There's a lot of labor that goes into it, but it's also, man, it's not an easy thing. So we really, collectively, I'm going to speak for the entire Texas craft beer community right now and say thank you for being stand up in your approach and everything. So that's thank you for that.
No problem. I mean, like I said, we hold ourselves to a very high standard here, and if there's ever something that we don't feel like should go out, it won't. And if it does make it out, we'll bring it back. So that's kind of our promise back to the craft beer market, who's supported us for the last almost 6 years now.
Goodness, 6 years.
So do you actually just, when you get all the beer back, do you just dump it?
Yeah, we do.
Do you cry a little bit when that happens?
A lot. Yeah, there's a lot.
Now, I guess there's still a chance there could be some out there in the market, I guess, if people picked it up and it was, still around, like in the back of, somebody's fridge or whatever. And you have batch numbers and dates and all that kind of stuff on your.
That's right.
I saw it on
So
Facebook.
all of the bottles that we put out are dated, and all of the recall dates are both on our Facebook and on our website. So if you think you have something that you don't like, check the dates and feel free to exchange it either at your retailer where you bought it, or we actually can't do the exchanges here directly at the brewery, but send it back. Or if you try it and you like it, there's nothing in there that'll hurt you. So if you like it, drink it, and if you want to bring it back, bring it back.
Cool. Okay. Now I got to ask you a question. I'm gonna veer off a little bit. We're talking about Yellow Rose, which was that. Now that was the only beer that had the issue, right? It was not. There were no other.
Yeah, that was the only one that
Okay.
we detected an issue with. Yeah.
Okay. Now I have to ask you a question about Yellow Rose. Yellow Rose, obviously we talk about this every time you're on this show or Interbrews or whatever, because Yellow Rose is one of the best beers of all time. I'm going to go out there and say it. But it's interesting. You just said y'all are almost 6 years old now, and in the craft
That's right.
in the craft beer world, I'm not going to say that that's ancient, but you're a lot older than a lot of other people as far as breweries go and beers that have been on the scene, and it trends too. When you look at trends, like 6 years, oh my gosh, what went on 6 years ago? That was forever ago. Nobody remembers. 6 years ago, that was like barrel aging and stuff, barrel aged stouts. That was new.
Right.
Your Yellow Rose, I have to say, I don't know that anybody's done the lineage on this whole hazy, NEPA New England IPA craze that's been going on. But
Yeah.
the big, juicy, just super citrusy, awesome IPAs. I think Yellow Rose. I don't know that Yellow Rose. I don't know, because obviously it's not a hazy IPA, but it's a super citrusy. I feel like it's the godfather of that flavor, of expecting that type of flavor in an IPA.
It was definitely early, and we don't filter any of our beers, so it was funny early on. People complained that it was too hazy because there was some yeast in it, and then
That's so cute.
we got better at brewing, and it got more clear, and now people complain that it's too clear, and but it's a better beer now than it was when we first started, and we're getting better all the time. So, but yeah, it was definitely one of the first, especially I think in Houston, that would kind of qualify as that real citrusy sort of IPA.
Yeah, I think it kind of paved the way, because when it hit, everybody just went bananas. I mean, and rightfully so. It's on. I think it's in my top 5 beers constantly.
Oh, for sure. My top 3,
Yeah,
for sure.
it's only reason I say maybe in my top 5 is because any beer that's in front of me, it's my favorite right at that moment. So if I had like 6 beers in front of me, then there's
Don't forget about free beer. Free beer is always great too.
exactly free beers. Yeah, free beer may be one of the top 5. So I have a real trouble committing to an actual top 5 all the time. But just in a vacuum, Yellow Rose is in my top 5 for sure. But yeah, it's funny just the Houston's actually, there was an article put out. I wish I had it in front of me now that I'm going to reference it, but about Houston turning into Hayston. Is that what they called it?
Houston.
Houston. I don't know. Yeah, one of those play on words.
Yeah, actually, I just sent you that link.
Did you send me that link?
I'll-
I'd seen it.
I'll post that link on in the
Somewhere.
comments.
Okay, yeah, do that.
Yep.
Well done article. But just talking about, I think it mentioned Yellow Rose too. But if I read the article? But anyway, that's one of the things I mean, what do you think about that? Do you like NEPAs and all that kind of stuff?
They're not really my thing. I know that there are a ton of people out there doing them, and some of them are better than others. I think it's a lot like barrel aging. There are a few people that do that really, really well, and a lot of people did it because it was a fad, and they knew if they put barrel aged on the label, they'd sell it. So I've definitely had some that you almost have to chew them. It's like drinking flour. But then I've also had some really great ones. But yeah, as far as the hazy for the sake of being hazy, I think maybe a little overdone, and I think that it'll probably be something that, that as the fad passes, you'll see probably less of it. But the ones that are really good, they'll stay around.
Yes. Yeah. To me, there's a range, and even with each individual one, when you drink it within its age, like some of those that really grab your throat, call me soft, but I can't. It just
the heartburn at the back of your throat.
Well, yeah, that's what Preston calls it, right?
Yeah, I know that for Preston.
To me, it feels like you're actually swallowing a hop vine, like those hops. Have you ever been around a hop plant, Kennedy?
No, actually, I have not.
They grab the fence or the line or whatever. Blake knows what I'm talking about. And it feels like you're swallowing one of those, and that's how fresh the hops are. You're swallowing actual vine, I guess is what they call it. Anyway, but I learned from this last episode of Interbrews down at Whole Foods Brewing, they're putting out an IPA with Baba Brew House. They got that coming out next week. A little plug to that episode. It's because it's super fresh. So anyway, if you wait another couple days, it might go away. Just saying. What else is going on, Blake? I know you got the new you opened up the land next to you.
Yep, and we've done a bunch of landscaping to get ready for the tasting room. It's going to be coming in.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to have a large tasting room with a bar where you can actually come and sit and not actually be walking in the middle of the brewery.
Nice.
But yeah, and we're planning on being open a few more days a week than just the Saturdays from noon to 4.
Oh, cool.
So
what's the timeline on that?
Should be in the next couple of months. We're working on ordering. It's going to be 2 basically large shipping containers next to each other, and so we're working on getting those ordered right now. So it should be very soon.
Cool. That's cool. Yeah, I can't wait. I want to come out and look at I have a thing for shipping containers and buses, so I want to come out.
Oh yeah.
My wife I won't get into it too much. We just bought a bus. I've been doing research on I want to get a bus to do a mobile studio, and I've been researching it for over a year, maybe close to 2. And then my wife decides she wants to buy a bus for another thing for a business she's doing, like a week out, and then a week later we have a bus. So I don't know what that says about her initiative versus mine or what. But anyway, so buses and shipping containers. She'll probably have a shipping container now in the next couple weeks too, because I mentioned it. Anyway, that's cool. Shipping containers are fun. You can build anything with a shipping container.
Yeah. No, it is going to be really nice, and I think that it'll suit us well, because we're growing so quickly. I think 5 years or so we'll be building another brewery. So
wow.
But the moving the tap room out is going to allow us to expand production quite a bit, because we'll be moving where the cold room is now out to where the stage has been.
Okay.
And so that'll allow us to have quite a bit more production area.
Cool.
And we'll be able to put more beer out.
Is that so? The building of the new cold room, is that in the works now?
Yeah, as soon as the shipping containers come in, that's going to be the next big project. We already have all the permitting done for it.
Cool.
So it's definitely going to be coming soon.
That's cool. So permitting, was that all through? Did that have to be? Is that through the state or is that through the city of Magnolia?
It's through the city. It's through the city, because we're in the Magnolia city limits, so they have to approve all the plans and make sure that we're not going to be doing anything too crazy.
Okay, and I know you've said in the past that they've been really nice to work with out there in Magnolia.
They have been really great. We're on the Magnolia stroll, so we get a lot of people that walk by, and so they want to make sure that everything looks nice, and that we're not going to be kind of an eyesore. But everything that we've proposed, they've been very open to.
Yeah,
they've been really great for us.
That's cool. Kenny, have you been out to Lone Pine?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great. I love that place.
Has it been a little while, or
I've been out there once
since they got the land out to the side, because there's a big field next to them, and that was how long? That's been last time we were out there. It was cold. That's how like today's the first official day of summer, and it's super hot.
I think I was there about 4 months ago.
Okay, so that would have been the land would have been there.
Yeah, it was a nice day.
Yeah.
The land has always been there. This hasn't been ours.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. There was a fence. Did the fence come down? The fence came down, right?
Yeah, in between the two
Yeah.
properties, yes.
Yeah.
And we actually we built a new fence that runs all the way around the other property,
Okay. Keep it.
and we've got a bunch of picnic tables out there now. So we're already using the land, and we're just going to improve on it
Cool.
and put in the tap room over there.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. What's going on as far as beer? Any new beers? Any ideas? Any Zythophile? Anything like that?
Yeah. So we put out the Jabberwocky in bottles.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, by the way. My wife and I both. That's where we meet, and that is the realm where our beer taste. We go through a lot of that beer, so that's fantastic.
Well, yeah, and so Gentleman's Relish is next.
Nice.
We have the labels in house. We're just waiting for the boxes,
Okay.
and then after Gentleman's Relish will be 667. So
Yes.
we're pushing out more packaging and doing a little bit more with that. And then we do have some new Zythophiles coming. The last one was Calypso,
Okay.
which turned out really well. And once we get caught up with all of our core beers, yeah, we'll be putting out a new Zythophile pretty soon.
That's cool.
I'd love to see Unhead Dead, Ed.
What was
Yeah,
it? What?
so
Yeah.
What?
we were
Dead.
gonna do that again, but we didn't have enough. We didn't have enough peppers for it. So I've got probably 20 pepper plants growing right now behind the house, and so we're once we get the first big pepper harvest, then we'll definitely be brewing that again soon.
That's definitely my second favorite beer from you guys.
You know,
I love that beer.
I do. I love Undead Head Ed.
Yeah.
Yeah, not undead. None. What do you call it?
Undead Head Ed.
Undead.
Didn't I say that right?
I don't know what you said originally.
I said unhead
Unhead.
dead. I'm a little dyslexic at times,
I do.
so I may have screwed that up.
Yeah.
It's not. I would be surprised.
Here's an idea, and you can feel free to just smile and nod and dismiss, or go run with it. But when you mention waiting for the peppers to harvest, what if you did a ghost pepper harvest festival or party or something, where everybody dressed up as ghosts, or
No, you can't have people dressed up as ghosts.
why?
People are going to get the wrong idea. Think about it. You go to some place, there's a party, everyone's dressed in white sheets.
Well, that's an okay.
You can't do a ghost party.
Okay. Granted, you're right with the sheets.
Hold on.
You got to go
Stop,
with a
stop,
better
stop.
version of a ghost costume.
Yeah. You just said, repeat that? You said I was right.
Yes.
This is the first.
But you assume that everybody's just going to dress up in sheets. So your assumption is wrong. You antique yourself with a bunch of flour and make yourself look like a ghost. That's what you do. Ghost costume. Flour, boom, you're all white. Couple of
So you're saying whiteface?
I'm saying white completely, like just ghost. Antiquing, right? Everybody knows from Jackass. Antique, you go antiquing, you get just a big fistful of flour and you throw it on somebody while they're sleeping and it explodes in
That's
their
called
face.
antiquing?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, whiteface.
okay.
Jeffrey agrees with me. Whiteface is racist.
Whatever. I'm just saying. Okay. Tell ghost stories. I don't know. It's a thought.
Yeah,
it's a thought.
you have a big bonfire and tell ghost stories.
That could be
That's
cool.
fine.
When will the ghost peppers be ready for harvest?
They usually. So I've got a couple of peppers on the plants right now. So they usually do very well in the heat of the summer. So
Makes sense.
I imagine we'll continue to see more and more peppers until we have enough. It usually takes us about 2 pounds. So.
Have you ever grabbed just one of those ghost peppers and ate it? Just to see what would happen?
I have not eaten a whole ghost pepper, but there are a couple of guys here at the brewery that have done that.
Oh, man.
And they typically regret it.
See, okay, that's what. Okay, ghost stories,
Yeah.
ghost pepper eating competition.
Oh,
or
yeah.
something,
That'd be good.
right.
Yeah.
Sign a waiver, obviously, right. When you fertilize ghost pepper plants, do you just use like straight lava, or how do you fertilize?
Yeah, lava is ideal.
Yeah, just a little lava around it. Yeah, but I love the flavor of them. They're super fruity. The super, like what we call the super peppers, I guess, is what with the really hot habanero and on up.
Yeah, pretty much anything. Once you get past habanero, they all have that really great citrus. If you can get past the burn.
Yes, like a lava melon.
Or what about the Carolina Reaper? Can you use that?
Yep, that's very, very hot too. And I do have some of those plants growing. So
Do you? Do you have to like smuggle those in from the surface of the sun? Where do you?
Carolinas.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But that could be Reaper. That could be that goes with the undead.
Yeah.
Ghosts and undead and there's a whole lot to be worked out here. Maybe in October, everybody heads to Magnolia and just burns their face off eating just ghost peppers and Carolina Reapers and drinking
Or
undead head Ed.
January, that 1 month out of the year when it's actually cold here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's what you do.
I love that beer. But 667, I'm really glad you guys are bottling that one too. I love that beer.
Oh, so we do have a viewer question, Blake. Somebody's asking Chardonnay BA Yellow Rose. Are we going to see that again?
I'm not sure. It was. We just did it for the one batch for the anniversary party this year, but it seemed to go over really well. I've still got a few in my fridge that I've opened recently, and they're still really good. They do not taste like an IPA anymore, but they are still really good. So we may do some barrel aging in the future, especially once we open up a little bit more room here in the brewery for barrels, because obviously they take up quite a bit of room, and so we need a place to store them. But yeah, it's certainly not out of the question.
That was a delicious beer. I mean, just like delicious.
Yep. Rudy agrees.
Rudy's a brilliant man.
Yeah.
Rudy's he's a teacher.
Is it?
Rudy was the one that asked the question?
Yeah.
No, he didn't ask the question.
He's just reiterating.
Somebody named Seven Trees?
Sure. Yeah. Hey there.
Seven?
Okay.
Seven is a new viewer.
Oh, hey, welcome to the show.
Uh-huh.
Quick shout out to Yo Bro Radio and Jose Juarez listening on the audio side. We're getting people all across I don't know where everybody's from. I'm going to say the world, Blake, and it's basically because you're here. I think
We get people all across the world.
we do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Tell our audience about 667 because it's one of my favorite. I'm not going to say I like it more than Yellow Rose, but it's right there. It's right there.
So yeah, I would. It's definitely the favorite of everyone here at the brewery. You'll usually find people drinking 667 over Yellow Rose, but that's one of the beers that has been brewed since the garage days. Trevor and Heather developed that recipe long before I was even around Lone Pint. So it's always been a favorite, and we really thought that was going to be our main flagship beer. And then Yellow Rose came out and clearly blew that away. But it's still one of the favorites, and it's also got a lot of citrus to it. It's kind of more on the West Coast style of IPA, so it's not real piney. It's more on the citrus forward side.
Okay. Yeah, no, I love that beer. I love it. It's if you want an IPA, when I think IPA, that's an IPA. You want some Jabberwocky?
I would love some Jabberwocky. Thank
Pass it
you.
over. I'm so glad you guys are bottling all your beers now, or getting lining them up. They're so good.
This is a really cool label too, by the way.
Yeah, where'd the label for Jabberwocky come from?
Alex, who's one of the brewers here at the brewery, he designs and does all of the labels himself. So he designed this one as well.
Okay, it looks good. It's good art. Good art.
Yeah, he does a really good job.
Yeah, maybe get some wall prints of that one made. I don't know. I need to.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, throw that up here in the studio. Look at that. It's intimidating. Cool.
Yeah. I mean, this makes this shot actually look good, even though I'm in it.
Well, if you'll put the bottle right in front of your face. There we go. Oh, no. Okay. That'll work. Cool. Yeah. All right. So, what else do we need to talk about? What's the So Magnolia and Lone Pint, you're right there in the path of the as people drive out to the Renfest, but that doesn't. That so one, I want to say that as we're looking like today's the first day of summer, and after today, the days start getting shorter. Luckily, because it's gonna be hot for a long time going forward until whenever, but it's not gonna get the days aren't gonna get any longer, right? We're hitting the peak today. So we're coasting down into the. Now we're going to coast down. Like this is his right.
Summer
Definitely
solstice.
okay with that.
Everybody feeling my optimism.
Today's summer solstice. You said right?
Right, first day of summer officially.
Yeah. So this is the longest day of the year.
Longest day of the year. It's like 14 plus, hours of daylight today. 14:22, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So pack them all full of delicious beer. Mm-hmm. But after today, it's kind of, each day you can see it getting darker a little earlier. Anyway, and then when September rolls around, into September, I guess into October, that's when Renfest out there in Plantersville. But you got to go through Magnolia. Now, let me ask you, last time I went out there, traffic jam in Magnolia. Like, standstill, gridlock, like Galleria 61059, level of traffic out there. The traffic cop out there who was at I forget the intersection, but it was right there. It wasn't 1488. It was.
Yeah, it's 1488 and 1774.
Yeah.
It's the intersection here.
Yeah. Well, Google Maps was sending everybody back through a neighborhood, and he was just like every time he was just shaking his head, and I rolled down the window. I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" Because I was just parked right next to him. He's like, "These people, stupid Google Maps." He's just real shit. But when you're driving out to the Renfest, a great way to just, wait till the traffic rolls through. Go hang out at Lone Pint. If you go on a Saturday and hang out with Blake and everybody.
That's right. So, it's funny. We actually have a lot of people that tell us that they don't come to the brewery during Renfest because the traffic's so bad. Mm-hmm. But the good news is they're building a flyover at that intersection. Mm-hmm. So hopefully by next year, by the next Renfest, you won't have to stop at that light. You'll go straight on through to Todd Mission. Yeah. Where the Renfest is. So instead of getting caught here in traffic, you can stop by and have a beer and jump back on the road and go to the festival.
Yeah. No, that's you really need to work it into your schedule. I mean, Renfest is cool. It's one of the best people watching places in the world. Like you've been there, right?
Yeah, yeah. I would say second to the Walmart in Livingston.
Did you go to the Walmart in Livingston?
No.
Oh. He went to Livingston, didn't go to the Walmart, Blake. He just went there last weekend?
Yeah, last weekend.
The Walmart in Livingston, like that whole website of Walmart people, I think started at the Walmart in Livingston. It's an interesting place.
I did go to the Brookshire Brothers in Livingston.
The other place you can buy food.
Yeah.
How was it?
Livingston. Interesting.
We have a Brookshire Brothers here in Magnolia.
Yeah, they're like really big in like the small towns.
Yeah. Okay.
They sell back pew.
Yeah.
At that Brookshire Brothers in Livingston.
There you go. Way to go, Livingston. Yeah. Way to step up your craft beer game. That's good. Can you get Lone Pint out there?
I didn't see Lone Pint.
Oh. We'll work on it.
I think it was just the only craft there was back pew in St. Arnold.
Oh.
I think that was it.
Well, it'll get there.
Yeah, I forgot mozzarella cheese.
Did they have mozzarella cheese?
They did have mozzarella cheese.
Or did they just have like mozzarella cheese product?
No, it was Kraft mozzarella cheese.
Okay. All right.
I was making lasagna, and of course, I forgot like the most important ingredient.
All right, Blake, I'm going to put this to you. Is mozzarella or ricotta the most important, or noodles? When you make lasagna, do you make lasagna? I'm going to assume.
So I don't, but but Trevor, my brother-in-law, does a lasagna where he scratch makes the noodles days before and does the whole deal, and that's amazing. But I don't have that sort of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, lasagna is great. But I would say ricotta over mozzarella and lasagna.
Okay.
Well, I did remember the ricotta, just not the mozzarella.
Okay.
But both are important.
Yeah, yeah.
Very much so. Very much so. All right.
Okay. So apparently we have the best air guitarist in the state of Texas is currently watching us.
Really?
Yes.
Who's that? I'm just setting it up. I know who it is.
He goes by the name of Brock McRock.
Does Brock McRock have any questions for Blake? Blake, are you big into air guitar?
So I play regular guitar. I've never really gotten into air guitar, but
Do you play regular guitar? You play like real guitar? What style of
not
music
well, but I enjoy it.
What style of music do you gravitate towards when you're playing?
Whatever I'm listening to at the time. I've been playing a lot of old punk songs lately.
Oh,
Okay.
sweet.
You just Kennedy was like, I'm there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He perked my interest.
Yeah, he's a big punk fan. I like anything I can sing to. I play a little guitar. I'm like you. I'm not that good.
You played guitar live on our show before.
Yeah. But I it's not something I would. It's not. I'm not
Well,
good. But
if-
as long as
if-
I'm good enough to sing along.
If anybody goes to our YouTube channel, they can catch the clip of Josh playing Patience.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it on there?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought that was pre-show.
No, I put that on there.
Oh.
It's there for the whole world to see.
Oh God.
I think tens of people have viewed it.
That's I don't know, man. Are you?
Oh, so Brock McRock's stage name is now Dad Bod Jovi.
Dad Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Okay. He switches it up every season. They have apparently. I'm not a huge air guitar. I'm not super knowledgeable. I spend most of my time researching beer, Blake. But apparently, there's an air guitar competition league. What's it called? Just Air Guitar America or something.
I don't know.
But
You're going to have to help us out, Brock.
yeah, he competes. He's been competing for years.
Yeah.
He's gone on to at the nationals.
Yeah,
national
he's won
level.
a bunch of big awards.
There's a documentary about it. I'm sure you can find that somewhere. But anyway, he changes his persona every year. He's like a super artist about his air guitar.
Yeah, he's very passionate about his air guitar. And he does well.
Does
he does
Does
well
he
as-
offer air guitar lessons?
Oh, I don't know. All right, that's a good question. Brock, do you offer any?
Do you have contact information for these air guitar lessons?
Yeah, right. Like technique. I wonder if there's like a strict workout regimen for your fingers.
Well, Dad Bod Jovi?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Okay. Well, maybe it's just like all pimento cheese sandwiches every day to get that bod.
Oh.
I love pimento cheese sandwich. I don't know why I brought those up, but they're delicious. Who doesn't like pimento cheese?
Oh,
See?
Pimento cheese. Brock's going to be in representing Texas in New York City in August.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, man.
He has like the costumes and everything.
Yeah.
He goes all out. It's impressive.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, hey, Jeff said that let's see, the Brookshire Brothers in Dayton. Is that Dayton, Ohio?
No, Dayton, Texas.
Oh, that sells crap. Oh, Brock, he does kid shows in the Woodlands. For, is there any song that you wouldn't air guitar to? I guess.
Well, what a song that doesn't have guitar in it.
I know, but I'm saying, is there like any type? I don't know. Like November Rain would be. There's that big guitar solo, but it's very long.
Yeah, but the whole thing starts off with a big piano intro.
Right. Would you go into air piano, or is that a completely different discipline?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Blake, do you have any thoughts? How's it?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Certainly not the expert in this field.
Okay, sorry, we pulled you out of your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Do you have any other listener questions?
No.
Seeing a few comments there on Facebook, I just pulled it up.
Somebody was asking about doing a air guitar contest at Lone Pint.
Oh, would y'all be?
So we do offer an open mic once a month. So, we've had people do stand-up comedy during the open mic. I guess, we could play some music and they could come and air guitar during open mic.
Oh.
As long as you have plenty of air electricity for the air amps.
Yeah.
You don't
Right.
want to blow an air fuse. But I just got a question on the audio feed from Yo Bro Radio. He's asking if Lone Pint is available in Arizona. Now, I can answer this question, but I'll let Blake. Blake, what is your distribution footprint for Lone Pint Brewing?
So right now we're Texas only. And the reason for that is we can't keep up with the demand here. And we want to make sure that we can supply everybody in our home state before we move outside of that. But as we expand, that'll definitely be a possibility.
Yeah.
We get calls regularly from surrounding states and even farther asking for our beer. So that'll definitely be something in the future, just not right now.
Okay. They say it's hotter than a furnace fan out in Arizona. That's what I hear. That's what Robert O'Keen said.
Oh.
It's got a song.
So, a story about Jules,
Yes.
my girlfriend Blake,
All right.
is currently in Florida.
Okay.
And so her brother's a big craft beer drinker. He
Okay.
lives in Connecticut.
I like him already.
So they were trading beers. So she was asking me, I was giving her beers to take to Florida so she can trade with her brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So of course, he got some Lone Pines.
There you go.
Great.
Yeah.
Bootlegging.
It's not really bootlegging.
I don't know. What's the level for bootlegging?
I mean, you could take beer on a checked bag.
Were you in a Trans Am?
No.
Like Smokey and the Bandit?
He's in the 18-wheeler.
Okay.
No.
You're what was
Yeah,
his,
the beer's in the 18-wheeler, not
Yeah.
the Trans Am.
what was his name?
Smokey?
No. He was Smokey's the cops.
The
Bandit?
Bandit.
No, Bandit is that's what's his name?
Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds in
Yeah.
the Trans Am.
Oh, the guy in the
musician. What was his name? He just died like a couple years ago.
the guy that drove the 18-wheeler.
What was his name?
I don't know.
Somebody look that up.
All right, I'm
Oh,
looking.
somebody's screaming at their monitor or at their earbuds right now.
Yeah. Well, type it up.
Yeah. No, that's one of the best movies of all time. I'm going to go out there and say that. Smokey and the Bandit. Right? Anybody disagree? Blake?
It's
Smokey?
definitely up there.
It's up
Yep.
there. I hope they never remake it. It was like perfect the way they did it. I can see his face. I can hear his voice too. What was his name? Jerry Reynolds? Is it Jerry Reynolds?
Well, his name in the movie is Cletus.
Right.
Yeah.
What was his dog's name? The Basset Hound.
I don't know.
He had a dog.
Anyway, Jerry Reed.
Jerry Reed.
Yeah.
That's it. Had some great songs.
Yeah.
That whole Amos Moses. Yeah? Anybody got that in their phone? No? Everybody's just right to Eastbound and Down. That's it. Okay.
So what? One of the brewers here just said Jerry Reed.
Yeah, Jerry Reed.
Yeah.
He was a great guitarist too. Had a very distinct voice. Anyway.
So Chris, that works here, he's our resident Smokey and the Bandit expert.
Does he have a cowboy hat on right now and only take it off for one thing?
No, he does not.
I will say this: he has a great name.
Yeah. Jose Juarez, he let us know too on that. See, that's what I figured. Everybody was screaming at the Jerry Reed.
I was talking about Chris.
No,
He's got a great name.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's a solid name.
Yeah.
There you go. Way to make it about you, bro. That's a really good movie, though. I mean, when you think about from Georgia to Texarkana, I'm guessing they had to come to the Texas side of Texarkana, right? For the Coors back in the day. Is that the whole deal? I don't know. I need to do some research. That sounds like maybe we do a whole story on that movie. I need to do it pretty quick, though. Burt Reynolds getting old. Jerry Reed's gone.
Yep.
What
Sally
about
Fields.
Sally Field, still good looking for a lady her
Yeah.
age.
Jackie Gleason's gone.
Jackie Gleason. Oh, yeah, he was great, man.
Yeah.
Zone Beach, or whatever he'd say.
Son bitch.
Yeah. All right. Who else was in that movie? Is that it?
I just closed the tab.
No, I'm sure there's other. Did you have the IMDb pulled up?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So
So-
I've got it on a quick link because we talk about
Smoking the Bandit all the time?
we talk about movies a lot.
I think it's the first time we've brought up Smoking the Bandit.
I find that hard to believe, but maybe.
I think so. I mean, it's not, it's no Point Break.
Yeah, I'm surprised you hadn't mentioned.
Patrick Swayze?
Yeah,
I don't know.
your man crush.
Not my man crush. I just have a lot of respect for his art. Yeah. What's your favorite Patrick Swayze movie, Blake?
Roadhouse?
Acceptable answer. It's either Roadhouse or Point Break. They're both super quality movies. And you could almost say that Point Break there was more going on with Keanu Reeves and, but Roadhouse, that was all Swayze all day long. That's a great movie. So, yeah. It's been a while since I've watched Roadhouse, like a week and a half. I'm due to watch it again. It's a great movie.
Would you have hung up on me if I said Dirty Dancing?
No,
He went-
I may have, formed opinions later as I sat there and contemplated it. But it's a solid. I know there, like my wife, that's her favorite Patrick Swayze
Kidding,
movie.
that's-
Now, if you'd said Ghost, yes, in the call, done. But, I mean, no. Point Break. When's the last time you watched the original Point Break? Not that new remake, but the original.
It's been a while.
Blake, when's the last time you watched Point Break?
Can't remember. It's been a long time.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. The one downfall to our society of now, we have Netflix and Amazon Prime and Hulu and all this stuff. You don't flip around on cable anymore and hit a movie like that, 15 minutes in, and then you're trapped for the next, hour and 10 minutes because you're going to watch it all the way through from that point on. Those cable classics that they used to call them. Point Break was right up there at the top. Roadhouse right there.
Red Dawn.
Red Dawn.
Yeah.
Yep, that's one. Seriously. I mean, good luck not watching the rest of that movie.
Footloose.
Yeah, Footloose. I'll put Footloose in that category too. Kevin Bacon, that man can dance. Mad props.
Maybe what? When we were younger, there wasn't much on TV, and so you had to go and pick one of those like 10 VHS tapes you had. So you watch the same thing over and over.
Yeah, it's true, but some of those are worth watching over and over.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
like the Top Guns.
yeah. Ooh, they're coming out with Top Gun 2. Have y'all seen the trailer for that?
No.
Teaser trailer.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not okay with that. I heard they're bringing Val Kilmer back.
They're bringing Val Kilmer back. They're bringing back Tom Cruise.
I don't know how they're going to fit Val Kilmer in one of those jets.
Yeah, he's he's portly now.
He is. It's probably he graduated to like a C-130 or something. He's just he's working for UPS.
He's now cargo.
Yeah, he's working for UPS now. Or
Tom
FedEx.
Cruise though, he hadn't changed much.
He really hadn't. Whatever he's on, get on that.
He's
Is that
on that.
Scientology?
Yeah.
Yeah, get on. Yeah, mainline and some of that Scientology vitamins or whatever.
Those thetans are working out for him.
Something. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, actually working out for him. They're actually doing the reps all the time. Looks great. Does his own stunts for the new. He was in the Mission Impossible movie. They're about to put like 17, Mission Impossible 17 or whatever. He broke an ankle because he's doing his own stunts. And he's like 50, over 50.
Yeah, he's
Surprised he's not breaking his hips.
I know, right? Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't do my own stunts if I were in that position.
I don't think you need to worry about being in that position.
You're right. I don't need to worry about it, which is fine. I'm just saying if I ever were put into that position, I wouldn't do my own stunts. Now, I'm glad I don't have to worry about it, but I'm just saying I'm not going to worry about it because if it comes up, I've already made that decision. Boom. All right. And then Blake's out.
He's like,
I'm done.
enough of this shit.
Yeah. No, he's back.
I'm out.
He's back.
I'm out.
I'm back.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, some people, that's the walk off. The walk. There's an art to it. All right. So.
It's like none of this Tom Cruise BS.
I needed another beer. All right.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I was gonna say if we need to wrap it up, but he just got another beer, so we got at least how many? Like 12 ounces, 16 ounces to
16.9.
discuss through. Yeah. Hey, what do you think about the 19.2 ounce cans? You got an opinion?
So give me an example of one that comes in that.
Well, like Dogfish Head, they have their sequential ale. Comes in that. I think they have 60-minute in the 19.2s. You can only buy them as singles.
Okay.
And then the ABI owned. Some of the ABI owned people do that too. Dogfish Head, the only craft that I know that does it. You have an opinion one way or the other?
Yeah, we need to bring back the big oil cans.
Like the old school Fosters?
Yeah, maybe ones that don't even have a pop top where you need a church key to get into it.
Got to punch a hole in him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How many ounces were in those cans?
I don't know.
I don't either. Yeah, I remember trying to make it all the way through one back in the day, and then did y'all do that? Did y'all keep bottles and like display old bottles?
Yeah, we have a huge bottle collection here at the brewery,
Yeah.
but it's all in boxes. There's nowhere to display it.
I used to make beer pyramids.
Well, yeah,
Big beer pyramids.
yeah. You mean like Burt Reynolds in The Longest Yard at the very beginning?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm talking about like you drink a beer and then you display it. Like when I had roommates, we display all the beers that we drink. Not all of them, but one for each to show.
Yeah,
what
we
had.
used to have a big pyramid of Keystone Lights.
That was your beer? That was your go-to beer?
When I was like 21, yeah. It was a few years ago.
Blake, what was your go-to beer back in the day?
Man, I don't know, whatever was cheap and available.
Okay.
But I think one of my first craft beers was probably Franz's Connor. Their Hefeweizen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think what my very first craft beer would have been. Probably Sam Adams, if that's, back in the day.
Does Shiner count?
I don't know. Blake, you're a professional brewer here in Texas. Where do you place Shiner on the spectrum of craft beer? They're independent, but do you consider them craft? How do you?
Yeah, I mean they're owned by Gambrinus, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, I think that the Craft Brewers Association considers them an independent brewery. I think because they have the Craft Brewers logo on their bottles. So
Okay.
I would suppose you call them craft.
Okay. Well then, all right then.
Yeah, I learned from a very early age that Shiner was way better than like the Bud Lights, the Budweisers.
Now they went through
The
another.
Lights.
They went through another like round. Somebody else owned them for a while, right? And weren't they? I feel like they were sold off, or somebody else. I'd have to get into it.
Yeah, it was Gambrinus.
Gambrinus. Who owned them before Gambrinus?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Like Gambrinus, the king, any like the beer king. He's a guy.
Yeah.
King Gambrinus.
His name is King.
No, he was a king.
He's a title.
He's like the unofficial king of beer, not the king of beers.
I thought the King of Beers was
no,
Budweiser.
he's the king.
Says-
Yeah, he's the king of beer. King Gambrinus. Look him up. He's a legendary guy. Like I don't know if he actually existed. That's the thing. But he was like a mascot for beer, like in Germany, back in the day, like way back in the day, 1700s, 1800s, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know anything about that. So they're okay. So they're craft. All right. I don't know if that was my first one. I think Sam Adams was my first. Oh, that's a long time ago. Okay. All right. What else we need to talk about? Anything y'all want to talk about? Any like?
It's headquartered in San Antonio.
What is Gambrinus?
Gambrinus.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know, man.
In Glassdoor, it says Austin company to work for. Management is top tier and are always looking to improve the business.
Well, there you go.
Uh-huh.
Well, if they're always trying to improve the business, I don't know what that means. I mean, you've got the distributors, their lobbying group. I'm sure they would say they're trying to improve the business, meaning get us more money, right?
75% of the employees approve of the CEO.
Well, there you go. There you go. Oh, did y'all see where Deep Ellum was bought out or sold?
No. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were purchased by Canarchy, right? The guys that own Oscar Blues and
Yeah.
Cigar City.
Yes. Yes. So that's kind of that weird middle ground. It's like, where do they go from, are they officially, they're still craft, right? They're all independent, I guess. But how many craft breweries do you have to put together until you're too big? I don't know what that line is. I'm sure the BA has they have a whole thing, right? I don't know.
I'm sure they do. I'm not exactly sure how the holding companies work, but
Yeah.
that seems to be kind of the new and more acceptable way to sell out instead of selling to Bev or Miller Coors.
Yeah. No, and it's better too because I don't think they actively undermine local craft brewers.
Yeah.
Which I was saying that on this last episode of Interbrews. Like I was trying to pay ABI a compliment. Just when you think, you kind of forget how big of assholes they are. They remind you. And so I was saying that's very, very kind of them. to keep that in the forefront of all of our brains, because they, you know, the whole thing in North Carolina going down now, where they're paying distributors to push their beer illegally. It's in court now. So shady people.
It's not just North Carolina.
No, yeah, they're doing it in a lot of places. I would imagine, but it's actually in court in North Carolina, or is it in court anywhere else? I don't know, but I do know that
I don't know.
it's in court in North Carolina, like as far as legally being challenged. So that's good. That's good. Okay. Back to promotions for Lone Pint real quick. You're open every Saturday, noon to 4, right?
That's right. Saturdays from noon to 4. And once we get the tap room open, it'll probably be Thursday through Sunday.
Oh. What time on Thursdays? Like,
I'm not sure yet. It'll just slowly kind of open up more as demand grows, but that's currently the plan, is probably Thursday through Sunday.
Maybe a Thursday at noon.
maybe we do just a post-show party.
How's the internet out there?
We have Wi-Fi.
There you go. Close enough.
It's not bad. That's what I'm talking on now. So
Yeah,
it works.
Actually, your signal's very good.
You look super crisp. Super crisp.
Looks like you're right here with us.
Yeah, you can almost reach out and touch somebody, you know.
Ow!
Hold on.
Stop! Don't touch me.
See if I can. No. Okay. Just checking. It's almost there. Internet's almost there. Not quite. Food trucks every Saturday currently. Do you happen to know?
So we always have a food vendor, and we always have live music. So we are kid friendly and dog friendly.
And they got the big Adirondack. Let's go out there and chill. Have y'all ever considered selling big Adirondacks? Like maybe on an order basis. I don't know where you got your big Adirondack, but I've always looked at that and I'm like, oh, I could use one of those in my backyard.
So one of our friends actually bought it for us and surprised us with it. We just showed up one day, and it was here. So, but there is a place that's down the road from us that builds the big ones like what we have.
Okay, well, there's the website. Have you ever sat in the big Adirondack, Kennedy?
I don't know that I have.
You should.
Not.
It's great. The only thing is hard to get kids out of because they love it. And once you get in it, you don't really want to get out.
So I don't know that I have a Adirondack,
Right.
but I do have this chair. It's called a chair and a half. So it's in between like a chair and a love seat.
Sure.
But it's a big kind of snuggle chair. I got a nice. That's where I spent a lot of time in that chair.
I don't even want to know, but all right, good to know.
Yeah.
I suppose. All right. Yeah, that's going back. It's like you're on looking on your website. It's like going back in time down memory lane when you see the Chardonnay barrel, Yellow Rose. That one was so good. Like, yeah, if y'all
Was good.
Yeah, if y'all, whenever that one can be done again, that'd be good stuff. All right. Well, we don't want to take up too much of your time today, but we do appreciate you coming on and letting us know what's up with everything Lone Pint.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Okay. Well, yeah, just let us know whenever the tap room gets close, whenever all of that gets close. Let us know, and you can be right back here, or we can come out there. Either way, we can make it work.
Sounds good.
All right, everybody. Blake Neiderhofer, Lone Pint Brewing in Magnolia, Texas. Get that Yellow Rose. Look for Jabberwocky. Get that now in bottles coming soon. Gentleman's Relish, 667 down the road. It's gonna be nice.
Yes.
Real nice.
Very nice.
All right. Thank you, Blake.
Thanks, Blake.
All right, bye guys. Thanks for having me.
Cool. Later. We'll talk to you down the road. Ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
I just cut him off.
Blake Neiderhofer.
Blake Neiderhofer.
Yeah.
He's one of the good ones.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah. They make delicious beer. Let's
They
just
do.
get that. Let's just get that right out there. I'm going to try and call. I'm going to see if Catherine can take a call.
I don't know. Like, if I ever talk to somebody out of state and they want, give me a good Texas beer, this would be my first choice. Always.
Yeah.
I'm going to show up with a 4-pack of Yellow Rose and say, yeah, what do you guys got?
It's a good one. It's a good one to like, especially if it's a beer enthusiast that's into IPAs and stuff.
Yeah. No, even if this is the beer that got me liking IPAs.
Yes.
I did not like IPAs before I discovered Yellow Rose.
No, it's top notch. It really is. It's I'm going to give it credit with, I don't know what else was going on out there. I'm sure there's something in New England that helped with the New England IPA craze. But here in Houston, I feel like we were, I don't know if it's a humidity, because Whole Foods and Baba Brew House and Spindle Tap and a whole host of other people doing these hazy IPAs.
Don't forget about B52.
Of course, B52, right? How dare I even not mention them right off the bat?
It's B52 and Spindle Tap. They got
Baba. You don't see them.
I mean, I've had that one before actually.
They've got that's the thing. Marcus, they just he keeps putting more of them out because he's got. Well, let me say this. I think as we speak, maybe not as we speak, but I was it in today? They're getting a new brew house, so they were like at a barrel and a half or something. They're getting a 7-barrel brew house.
Ooh, that's nice to see growth around here.
Yeah, and they make some fantastic beers. So if you're out in Brookshire, west of Katy,
I still haven't been out. That's one of the breweries I haven't been to.
Yeah, well, it'll be a little while. You know, they're putting in the brew house now, which most of their plumbing. You know, spoiler alert for Interbrews, but I'm just saying if you want a timeline. Maybe two, maybe 3 weeks. I don't know. Most of the plumbing was already in place, is what Marcus was saying. They just got to plug and play. But there's a few other little, things they got to get working and then get it primed and get all, ready. But more Baba beer, which is great.
I need to go.
You need to go. Oh, to the brewery.
Yeah.
I thought
I'm upset I haven't been to that one yet.
Well, I was like, see you, man. It was fun hanging out. All right. Let's talk about Livingston. We didn't talk about that last week, right?
Yeah.
Because that was
because I just went.
Right. So where did y'all go? What did y'all do?
So we stayed on the lake.
Okay.
It's really hot.
Did you fish?
No, my brother fished. Took my nephew to go fishing. I went kayaking a bunch.
How did that go?
It was good. It was little one man kayaks.
Yeah. Those are good to fish from.
I didn't fish from one. I do not have a fishing license, but
It's like $10.
I know, but I don't fish.
Why not? Because you don't have a fishing license. Get a.
I'm not very good at it.
You just put a worm on a hook and throw it in the water.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going for depending on where you're
I
at.
don't even have a fishing pole.
They're really inexpensive.
Well, I realize that, but I don't know. I mean, if I'd go fishing, but
It's an excuse to drink beer.
I just drink beer and wouldn't really fish.
It's fine. There's some key like fishing beers. Mm-hmm. So it's got to be in a can.
Right.
You wouldn't want to be fumbling with a bottle.
Yeah, most people people don't tend to like glass.
No. And
Right.
also, if it pairs well with the dirt on your fingers, especially if you're using like night crawlers,
Yeah.
because they're all down in the dirt.
I almost like wanted to freak my nephew out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just about to eat a worm in front of him.
Did you?
No, I did not. But I like had this worm and I took all the dirt off of it and I was just about to like drop it in there and I didn't do it.
No.
I chickened out.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, fishing's great. Fishing's great. You don't have to have much experience or know what you're doing. Just chunk it out there in the water. Oh, a place right up the road where you can go fish for catfish.
Mm-hmm.
Those things they just eat anything. And they taste good too. Do you like catfish? Have we talked about this?
Catfish is only good fried.
Yeah, I agree.
And you could fry almost anything. It's going to taste good.
True. But you're from somebody that makes pies.
Yeah.
Right? Your approach has to be just so on the frying. You can't just willy-nilly it.
No.
There's a certain protocol you got to follow to get good fry.
Now,
but it's not hard.
I've been to some of these Vietnamese restaurants where they do like a stuffed grilled catfish.
Yeah.
And that's pretty good too.
Yeah, or if like a Cajun restaurant where they smother it in like a cream sauce with crawfish.
I mean, they have the big catfish. It's like this big.
Yeah, like the whole fillet.
Yeah, and it's just put on a plate, and people just kind of like pick off of it.
Mm-hmm. They also eat
Like-
carp. Vietnamese restaurants will do carp,
Yeah,
which
like goldfish.
no, like
I know.
you know what a carp is, right? Those big, they're like catfish in that they have skin instead of scales,
Yeah,
but they have that like the sucker looking face,
yeah.
and they they took over Lake Conroe, and people think of them as a pest, but the like Vietnamese cuisine, they'll eat carp all day long. They're kind of bony, but apparently the meat tastes pretty good.
Jeff asked where my blonde was, and I was gonna bring my own brews today,
Oh yeah. Why
but I forgot to put any in the refrigerator.
not? Dude, aren't they ready?
Yeah, they're ready to go.
Put 'em all in the fridge.
I
What
had
else?
some this weekend.
I know for a fact you don't have that much stuff in your refrigerator.
Ah, man, I've got a lot of beer in my refrigerator.
Well then,
A lot of beer and a lot of condiments.
yeah, there's ketchup and mustard in there, and sriracha. You shouldn't put your sriracha in the refrigerator.
Really?
Yeah.
It goes like brown if you don't put it in the refrigerator.
First of all, if you're taking that long to get through sriracha, you're doing it wrong. Secondly, yeah, no, you should no.
I
That's
know.
fine.
Well, I have my sriracha
How
in
long
the
have you had your-
refrigerator. I don't know. I don't really go through that much sriracha.
Okay, buy smaller bottles.
Okay.
The smallest bottle,
Yeah.
and just keep it out. Put on your eggs in the morning.
But next week, Jeffrey, I will for sure have my blonde on
Okay.
the show.
There you go. Hey, thanks for hanging out,
Uh,
Jeffrey. Jeffrey's got a.
And actually, I'm bottling tomorrow. My
Oh, is this the
batch.
wit?
Yeah, my wit.
Good for you, man. I'm proud of you for picking up this homebrewing stuff. What,
So-
what are you gonna brew next? I know there's.
I don't know. I'm actually. Hold on. This is a good segue. Hold on.
Is
This
it?
is gonna be awesome.
Okay.
Now that you mention it, I think I'm going to the grain cellar
The grain cellar,
either tomorrow or Saturday.
Humble's home premier homebrew store.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pick up my my ingredients for my next batch. I'm gonna start doing like every 2 weeks. That's my goal.
Okay.
Every 2 weeks, brew something.
Cool.
So
It's a good goal to have, especially if you're single and have your own place.
yeah,
Yeah,
I really like brewing. It's fun.
It is fun. It's like a lot
a
like
great
making
hobby.
a cake, right?
I would
Or
encourage.
pie.
Yeah, everybody who listens to this show should
Try it.
at least try it.
Yeah,
Gives you a better appreciation.
So you
of
don't
what-
know the style you're gonna do yet.
No, I don't know. I'll consult with Preston,
What
and we'll,
So you've
we'll see
done
where we go
you've done a
from
blonde and you did a wit.
there. Right. Man,
You thought about doing something malty,
yeah.
like
So
a stout or a porter
you know,
or something.
Julie's favorite. She likes malty beers, so I might do maybe a red next time. A red,
Red's a good one.
Red or an amber, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. Why not go all stout? You shouldn't like stouts though.
I don't know. It's summer. I don't know,
Stouts go great in the summer.
Really?
Yes. That's why there's a lot of stouts. Like Guinness was big in Jamaica when they were, yeah, exactly. They really are.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean,
It's good stuff.
we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to share our link on that we're live, even though we're
So
probably on.
if you're watching, Preston,
Oh yeah.
you
Sorry.
might- you-
put that
you-
back up. I need to
you might have a. All right.
give him a proper. This show brought to you by The Grain Cellar, Humble's premier homebrew shop, one-stop fermenting shop. I like that. Cheese making, wine making, mead, cider, beer, of course. All the gear you need, from pots to kegs to couplings to tubing to star sand to bottle brushes to bottles to caps, priming sugar, books, all the education, and then the walking encyclopedia.
And now,
Preston Brown.
If
himself.
anybody wants to go to the grain cellar and purchase a grain father and then donate it to me, I will be officially your best friend.
Yeah, that's.
I really, really want that grain father.
Why don't you save up and get it? It was on sale. Is it still on sale? It was on sale for $700.
What? Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it still is, but it
Oh.
was. So I don't know, man. Maybe you missed your. You got to have that ready to go.
Maybe.
Yeah, I saw that they were on sale. They're normally like right at 1,000.
Yeah,
on
they're
sale for
grand.
700.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good discount.
That's a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and by the way,
I would like to have a grandfather too.
grain cellar actually has the biggest supply or the
Yeast.
biggest variety, of hops
And
yeast
yeast.
in the Houston area.
Yeah, let that ferment inside your brain for a second. What do you want? Well, you can probably get it at the grain cellar.
Yeah.
Any hobby you want to do, Mead's a good one. I think
Oh.
more people should try out mead. Cider is super, approachable.
Oh,
And it's a great summer drink.
speaking of mead, I was at the Thistle Draft Shop.
Mm-hmm.
Is this bad that we're talking about competing? Well, they're not really competing sponsors. Two different sponsors. Well, anyway, I was at the Thistle Draft Shop
Mm-hmm.
this Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
and they have a big selection of mead from Griffin Meadery, which I believe they're shut down now.
The tap room was closed,
Uh-huh.
the last I heard, and then they were still, I don't know the
They're
official.
going through problems.
Going
There's
through
hard-
changes.
a hard time to say the least. But they have a huge variety of mead from Griffin Meadery.
They also, do they have, now it completely escaped me, Meridian Hive in the cans. I think I saw those there too. That's in Austin.
Yeah.
Meridian Hive has some
Yeah.
good meads. When the Renfest rolls around, Enchanted Manor, that's actually the official mead of the Texas Renfest.
Yeah.
They're out, John Odom's out there on the way to the Renfest. They actually do what's the one, a boucher. You ever heard of a boucher?
Bobby Boucher.
Like that, yes. But what they do is they take the honey
I remember this.
and then they roast the shit out of it. They burn it basically.
Burnt honey.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
I remember the guy was telling us how he accidentally burnt all this honey,
Mhm.
and he was very upset that he thought he was going to lose all this honey. And then he's like, "Oh wait, I'll just make this."
Yeah. The original recipe from way back in the day, let it smoke and get black until it looks crazy, and then make your mead. And it's a really good flavor, deep flavor. So, get into some mead at some point. Pace yourself on that mead. Even like Meridian Hive, the stuff they have it in bottles. Okay, so I know this. I saw it in bottles and cans. So the stuff that they can is their, I don't know if they would call it short mead or session mead, but that's still at like 6 to 7%. So that's about half.
Yeah,
of what mead normally is.
like this mead I just got. It's like over 12%.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. You can't taste alcohol at all in that stuff. It's so sweet.
It'll sneak up on you in a heartbeat, like Rambo. So if you want to make some mead, check that out too at the Grain Cellar.
And bread too. I've been
Bread.
there. I've been there a few times.
Bread
and,
making supplies. I mean, I got grain, obviously.
Yeah.
Right?
So
Is that what you're saying?
yeah, they got stuff to make. Oh, they have stuff to make
Cheese?
doggy treats.
From like spent grains.
Spent grains. I got he's got the molds.
Speaking of this guy, these little doggies here,
Yeah.
Bosco and Bella, they love it. See, say hi, Bella. Say hi, Bosco. There you go. Little cameo right
They
there.
got them both. Oh, you can kind of see.
Yeah.
You can kind of see them now.
Yeah. He's like, I think you need to feed me. All this food talk.
He heard doggy treats.
He did. He's into it. He likes beer. They both like beer.
You feed your dogs beer,
I had before.
like in a bowl.
No, just a little splash here and there.
Oh, just open their mouth and dump some beer in.
No, just on the floor.
Oh,
Yeah, it's fine. Sure, it's fine. Anyway. Also, we need to say big special thanks to Barbacoa Apparel. Do we have one of those cool like wraparound things for Barbacoa Apparel?
I'm working on it.
Okay.
We will have one soon.
Just checking because I tapped my screen over here on Periscope. Everybody, pick your favorite apparatus and your favorite platform to watch us on. Obviously, wherever you're watching us now, we're there, right? So we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Periscope / Twitter. It's just right there in your see. It's right there in your Twitter feed, and you can tap on the screen, give us some hearts. That's a good one. The Mixler feed, which is our audio only feed. So that was pretty lively today.
Start looking into this Instagram.
Oh yeah, the IGTV.
Yeah.
You have to have a certain amount of followers to get up. You can post hour-long videos. I don't know that they're live. That's the only thing. Instagram doesn't let you go live. Like we would be streaming on Instagram if their IP something was different.
I wonder what the amount of followers is, because we got a lot of followers on Instagram.
It depends on what your definition is of a lot. Probably over 1,000.
We're getting there.
Yeah. So if you haven't followed us already on Instagram, go ahead and give us a follow. If you want, you don't
we'll
have
have
to.
1,000.
If you want to, you don't have to.
By this time next year, we'll have 1,000 Instagram followers.
Yeah. But back to Barbacoa Apparel. Thanks to Barbacoa Apparel for helping bring today's show. Go to barbacoaapparel.com/shop to get any of those, the breakfast taco tees, taco knot teas, like the one I got, glows in the dark. It's always fun when you walk in at night. The wall
Egg and
prints,
chorizo.
egg and chorizo, that's a big hit. And then also check out our Amazon link if you're going to buy some. Like, say you're going to buy an audio mixer for your apartment, to do some project or something, and some lavalier mics. Let's say just you could click on our Amazon link from the website, or simply put in liquidlunchshow.com/Amazon and not rub your chin on the mic. Seriously, dude, don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway,
It feels good.
any of those things, it doesn't sound good. Any of those things that you want to buy on Amazon, which we all do. I just bought another string trimmer because the first one, I used it twice and it started smoking. So I had to
A
buy
what trimmer?
String trimmer, weed eater.
You call them string trimmers?
It is a string trimmer.
string-
Weed eater is a brand. It's like Kleenex.
I
But they are
know,
string
but
trimmers.
we're in Texas and we call all soft drinks Cokes.
Yes, but I'm saying for not everybody watching is in Texas. As I stated earlier, we have some Arizonians.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can see why you call it string trimmer, but I've just never heard that expression before.
That's technically what they are.
Uh-huh.
It's the category.
Uh-huh.
It's a string trimmer. Use a
I
string.
just never heard anybody call it a string trimmer.
Well,
I'm not saying you're wrong.
no. Well, there's weed eater, right?
Yeah.
But do you say weed eater? Because that's the brand. But weed deeter, like what do you mean by delete deeter? Like I've thought too much about this.
Weed deleter?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Weed eater.
Yeah.
So it kind of all runs together, right? So is it weed eater? I know that's the brand. That's the brand my dad had growing up, the green and everything. But, or do you say weed deeter? Like
Weed eater. Weed eater.
Weed eater? You just kind of run it all together, right?
Yeah.
So what is that? That's why I said string trimmer. I've contemplated, like when I'm doing the yard and I don't have earbuds in, I just contemplate with that hum of the mower or the weed eater string trimmer. You just kind of contemplate things when you're out there and you're sweating and you're losing weight. Like literally 7 pounds in like 2 hours.
Dad problems.
Yeah. No, it's just the heat problems, man. If it weren't raining right now, I'd have my yard looking really nice right now. But my string trimmer started smoking. It's electric.
Oh, that's
a battery
where you're wrong.
operated.
That's where you're wrong. That's where you went wrong.
Well,
right
I had the gas, right? And there's
You
there's
can't.
2-cycle.
there.
You can. That's what I'm saying. When it works great, when it's working great, it works great. But the first one clunked out for some reason. The second one, the second time I used it, started smoking. So just defective product. But when it works, the automatic feed and the RPMs you get from it, a 40-volt lithium battery, is pretty impressive. You just have to have a couple of batteries, three batteries to get all the way through the yard, my size.
Oh.
Otherwise, you're going to be
I
stuck.
remember when I was a kid and I had the mow, I hated doing the trimming because I could never get a good straight line.
Yeah.
And I'd go through like a whole spool of string.
There's a
'cause I wasn't
technique to
very-
it.
I wasn't very good at it.
There's a technique to it. And if you let it go too long, that's going to be harder too. So
It looked bad. I'd get in trouble all the time. And I'm like, well, why are you making me mow the lawn?
thanks to Jose for listening. He had to get back to work too. Apparently people go to work. I don't know what's up with that.
It's work stuff.
It's overrated, right? All right. Well, I guess we could. I never got a response back from Catherine. She was probably like, good, I don't have to worry about it. She's working hard on something. It's that top secret thing we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
She's working on that.
Top
crap.
secret.
Yeah, like the popcorn. She's working on it now. So I'm going to hit the show close. Do you have anything else you want to talk about? I mean, we don't have to wrap right now. If you've got
No,
something pressing. No?
I don't actually.
Okay.
I think we're good.
Okay, I've been working on trying to get more interviews on, as you can see by the last.
No, you have. We've had
handful of
interviews like the last 3 weeks in a row.
Yes. So,
I don't know that we've ever had Maybe we have.
well, we're coming up on 2 years / 100 episodes or
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, we've passed 2 years.
Whatever. Right.
But yeah, 100 episodes.
100 episodes.
It's 97 today.
So, I want to get more interviews on,
Yeah,
and
I like having
100 is
interviews.
just the start. Let me tell you my ambition. I would like to go longer, maybe multiple days. I don't know.
I mean, who wouldn't want to go longer?
I want to go longer. I want to go multiple days. Like I don't want it to be just a once a week thing. I love it. I love what we're doing. I'd like to do it all the time. Just a matter of getting my partners into it. But anyway, so more guests. I'm working on some more guests as we speak, all across the state. So if you are a beer person or just a fan, and you know somebody that would want to get on, and like Pint and Plow,
Yeah.
they were on.
Or
That was fun. Or Pine House Pizza up in Austin, almost in the new one in Round Rock. You know?
Or you're not really affiliated with any kind of brewery or anything like that, and you just want to be on. Feel free.
Oh, yeah. Give us a call.
To give us a call.
On that drunk dial line, 713-678-0070.
You call anytime you want. Leave a message. We'll play it back.
Yeah, just like Martin. Martin's left a couple of messages now. So,
or if we're in the middle of a live show and you want to call.
Possibly. We need a call screener.
Possibly.
We need a call screener. I mean, if we're deep into a conversation with, say, like David Slocum last week from Sun Brewing out in El Paso.
Yeah, but like right now, if the phone started ringing, we'd talk to you.
Maybe.
For
if
sure.
I could make it work. That was the problem with the Catherine call earlier.
No.
Anyway, I don't know what's going on there.
It's not always going to be like that.
Yeah, it's true. It worked forever, and then until it didn't. All right, well, we'll wrap there. But if you're a person and you do beer and you want to be on the show, we'd love to have you. Just like Blake today and so many others before. We love guests. We love to hear your story. We love to get you out in front of the vast numbers of people watching.
Or just, post a comment while we're live.
Yeah.
We usually address all your comments.
Yep. Monitor Facebook. I monitor the audio feed, YouTube chat. I think, do we monitor that one? Maybe. Probably.
Sorta.
We should.
So,
Periscope. We may even be coming to, are we going to get on Twitch again at any point with our new setup?
I think we can get on Twitch.
Yeah, I think we can just throw that on there. Maybe we should do that. If you're gaming and you just want to listen to what we're doing while you're gaming, I don't know how that works, honestly.
It's not just gaming on Twitch, but I think it's mainly what it is.
95%, right?
Yeah.
I still want to get a Tapper arcade game. Stick it right here. We'll move this barrel. I want it right here. That's what I want.
You'd have a tapper cam.
Tapper, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe I put it in that corner over there, but still have a Tapper cam. All right. We'll wrap there. I'll hit the music. So, yeah.
Any big plans this weekend?
Livin, man. Living.
Yeah.
Beer drinking, I'm sure. I'm sure there'll be some beers.
Yeah, I don't really have anything going on this weekend, so
Yeah.
maybe I'll go out to Baba.
They're going to be closed.
This weekend?
Yes. That's because they're putting the new tap room in, or the new brew house in. Let me ask you this. Have you been to Fullbrook Ale Works?
I haven't. You know what? Oh, I just thought of something. I haven't been to Ingenious yet either. So I can make a trip to Ingenious and then the grain cellar. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
I think I may just plan out my weekend.
You know what? Swing by a hop stop.
Yeah.
Tell Rick
That's
that
cool.
I sent you. Rick's awesome. Sometimes they might even check out what they've got going on there too. They may have something going on, sometimes they do stand up, they have music, they have all kinds of stuff going on. It's a cool spot.
And if I want to do like a trifecta.
That would be a trifecta.
Yeah.
Quadfecta.
I could first start off at Backview and then kind of work my way around.
Yeah. Get it primed for next week with Interbrews.
Yeah.
Be over at Backview
I'd
with
love
Bobby.
to go to Backview and enjoy some AC.
Yeah, and their new tap room.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, actually, I posted a pic from Lake Livingston, and they got back to me and said, "Hey,
Yeah,
we have beers up there."
I watch you all weekend long. All right. Well, thanks to everybody that listened, watched, participated. Thanks to Blake Neiderhofer, Lone Pint Brewing in Magnolia, Texas.
Yeah.
Look for all that fresh yellow rose coming out. Jabberwocky in bottles. Gentleman's Relish Brown Ale coming up soon. That's a really, really good beer. Great with burgers and stuff. And then all the other ones he said coming out soon. 667, possibly that Undead Head Egg. Mm-hmm. And there's Ithophile series, always good stuff. Good hop, experimentation. You can see what those hops bring to the table. Thanks to Catherine today. I know she wasn't on the show. She was special assigning it today, but thanks for the effort she put out and the top secret thing she's doing. So
Yeah.
that's called Intrigue.
She legitimately tried today.
She did, and I failed. That's all on me. Thanks to my dogs for being here. Thanks to the Grain Cellar, Humble's premier homebrew store. Preston, still giving out those hugs when you say Liquid Lunch sent me waist up, waist down. Your choice.
And he does stream our show live every Thursday at noon.
We're on the screen there now?
From his shop, yeah.
Hey, Preston. Hey, everybody else in the store. How's it going? Okay. Over here by the tap. That's where the TV is.
Yeah.
Come get you something good to drink. Sit down over there on the couch. Over there. Go sit over there and sit a spell. Get one of those books back over there and learn. Anyway, Barbacoa Apparel, thank you. And then, of course, that Amazon link. If you want to put a little wind in our sails, use that when you're buying your stuff on Amazon, like we all do, and we get a little kickback. Right, Kennedy?
That's right.
That's right.
Yep.
All right. See you next week when we'll have a special guest. Fill in the blank there. Hopefully, or somebody. If not, it'll just be a special show with you guys.
I'll be here.
And everybody have a great, great weekend. And welcome to summer, everybody. It's only going to get hotter from here. See you next week.
Liquid Lunch. Production.